Ryan Jarrell here for Fight Bananas, and you know who my next guest is, Brendan All In Allen, and you can see him back in action at UFC Seattle, February the 22nd, when he rematches Anthony Hernandez. Brendan, how are you?
I'm good, bro. How are you?
I'm good, man. Before we get to all the fight talk, I just wanted to say congrats on the addition to the family. What has that all been like now? Are you getting any sleep in this camp?
Thank you. Yeah, man. I sleep. My wife does a phenomenal job at taking care of him at night, and I try to help out during the day when camp's kind of slow or I'm just resting. Um, yeah. Right now she's at home, but she'll be back here in Florida, I think, next week. So yeah, but it's all good. Almost time to go to Seattle, get the job done, and go home for a month or so and just be a dad.
Weren't you just home? Didn't you just go like a couple days ago?
Yeah, I went home for a few days.
And you're back in Florida now.
Yep, back in Florida to finish 3 more weeks here, and then it's off to Seattle.
Yeah, can't wait for this fight, man. As I mentioned, I said a rematch. I mean, back in 2018 is when you guys first fought, went 5 rounds, you lost a decision. Obviously, both you guys are very well evolved fighters since then, but do you anticipate this stylistically being a similar matchup to the first time you fought?
I expect um the same Fluffy. Like I think he's the same guy, he just changed it together well better. But I think he's still exactly the same guy. He does the same things, looks for the same moves. He just changes it together better. Um, and I don't think he's anything like technically great that I've just gotta be prepared for. I know what he likes to go for is the same thing as before. I just think his cardio is very good, and that's what he relies on is just trying to make people tank. So the camp's been a lot of cardio, a lot of push, a lot of hard positions, and that's still the focus for the next 3 weeks. And we'll see what happens on fight night.
What was your takeaway from the fight that he just had with Michelle Pereira? It looked like he almost was going to get finished there in the first round. He ultimately survived and then really started to pour it on as the fight went on. Were you impressed by that performance?
I think he just does a great job at just drowning people and breaking them. And I think Pereira's that guy that he's a good hammer. He's not a good nail. Um, I think most of Pereira's fights come out like that. Um, he comes out there. If he doesn't finish you, then he just kind of starts to plummet, especially if you put it back on him. And that's what Anthony does. Anthony can take it and he can give it. So, yeah, I wasn't surprised, but I'm not Pereira. I'm not that guy. Um, I wasn't that guy the first time we fought. I'm definitely not that guy now. I'm a totally different guy from the first time we fought. And I just didn't, I don't know. I think I was very immature in the first fight mentally. And I think I hurt him within like the first 10 seconds. And then we got in scrambles and just everything. I just didn't want to be there. I was just ready to go home. I didn't want to be there. So just didn't want to get finished and went 5 rounds. And it is what it is. It's not going to be that way this fight. I'm coming to knock him out. And that's it. I'm coming to knock him out.
I have to imagine, in some regards, you were probably really excited to get this rematch, but you are fighting back in the rankings. You're number nine, he's number 12. Did that cross your mind at all?
No, I knew it was gonna happen. Like I think I've defended my spot more than anyone. I think like throughout the my tenure in the UFC, I think I defended my spot more than everyone. But at the end of the day, for this one, I just wanted the best guy. I didn't care for the number, the followers, anything like that. I just wanted the best guy that I could possibly get. And based off everything that happened in the division, I thought Fluffy was the most deserving to fight up, and I thought he was the best guy. It didn't matter if his following wasn't big or he, didn't have the number or whatever. Like I thought it was only right to get the toughest guy possible and also give someone if they were below me that opportunity. And I felt Fluffy fit that picture great. I thought he's been doing his thing. He's been winning. He's been breaking guys. Um, and I'm kind of that step up. So when I give him a step up, I'll stay on my redemption tour, and we'll see how it goes down.
He does have 8 submission victories as a professional. Do you feel like your grappling in jujitsu is on par or better than his? If it does hit the mat, like how do you anticipate that actually shaking out?
Yeah, I don't. I'm not too concerned about anyone's jiu-jitsu in the division. MMA jiu-jitsu and regular jiu-jitsu are way different anyway. But yeah, I don't really worry. I just try my best uh, in the gym to prepare, and we'll see what happens on fight night. But again, I'm coming to knock him out. I'm not coming to fucking hug on his leg. I'm not coming to um, play touch butt in the park. I'm not coming to hug on him. I'm coming to do damage, and I'm coming to hurt him. That's it.
Kevin Holland knocked him out. Did you learn a lot in that particular fight that you can kind of utilize your stand-up skill set to do the same thing?
Ah, I thought he just caught him right, man. Like sometimes it just happened. He just caught him right on the shoulder play. Go there and try to fight and put hands on him. Stop the shots because I know he's gonna be shooting for my legs. He's gonna be trying to wear me down. Um, yeah, coming to hurt him. That's it. I'm just coming to put hands on him, elbows. I'm coming to make him feel every situation. Coming to stuff every takedown he has. Maybe take him down myself, just to make him let him know that I'm in control. Um, at the end of the day, I'm just trying to knock him out.
Have you seen the betting odds for this fight yet?
Nah, I don't care about that. I had too many fights to care about that. I'm coming to knock him out. That's it. If I don't knock him out or I don't beat him down for as long as the fight takes, then to me the job wasn't done properly. So um, that's it. You're only as good as your last fight. My last fight was shit, in my opinion. So right now I'm shit. So I need to go back out there and make myself happy with the performance. I don't care what anyone else has to say. I'm going out there to, like I said, to knock him out and get paid.
Yeah, I was just surprised to see the odds. I looked it up this morning. Right now, you're an underdog plus 230. He's a minus 270 favorite. I just thought that was really surprising considering that you're ahead of him in the rankings. You fought equally or as tough competition, than he has. So I thought it should have been a hell of a lot closer, personally.
Bring your money. Yeah, man, I don't worry. My resume speaks for itself. I don't worry about that. It is what it is. You still got to beat me on fight night. I don't care what those odds say. I'm bigger. I'm stronger. I'm faster. We'll see. I'm technically better. So we'll see who's more of a dog on fight night. Who can take the beating more?
Yeah, so I just saw your boy Tuco. I wanted to ask you about his fight with Navajo Sterling. What's the takeaway? I mean, a lot of people felt like he, wasn't going to, I guess, do as well as he did, and he really showed that he belonged there. What did you guys take away from that fight?
He should have had better cardio. Should have trained a little bit more stiffer positions. I moved. I listened too much. Like I moved around. Everyone was cautious of his striking, but he don't hit hard. I didn't have a mark on my face. Like I wasn't worried. Only after the fight, I was like, oh, I didn't need to move so much in the first round. Everyone was like, don't let him hit you clean. Move around in the first round. But then I got tired in the last round. But yeah, he was big. He's huge, man. Fuck. But pause. Yeah, I could pause. I could wrestle him though, but I just got tired because I wasn't fighting how I usually fight. I was like moving around and trying not to engage too much. Anytime I landed anything, the plan was to like not stay in the pocket, move. But yeah, oh well. Yeah, he went up. He hardly hit me, you know.
Yeah, Tuco, do you feel like you kind of showed the rest of the division like you're here, you belong, you're someone that has to be reckoned with here moving
I don't
forward?
think I showed them that. I think I don't know. I think I was a bit timid. Usually, I go all in like Brendan. I put it on the line, which is what I'll do next fight. I'll just be myself and try and finish someone. Bro. Always.
Well, I'm excited to see you back in there as well, Tuco. Brendan, I wanted to ask you too about the fight with Nasruddin Imavov. We spoke before the fight. Obviously, you started strong and it didn't go your way as you went into the second and third round. Was there an issue like with cardio leading up to that fight? Is there something you kind of speak on a little bit more? I mean, those closest to me know what it was, but it is what it is, man. I don't have any excuses. I still feel I'm the best in the world.
when I show up, I'm the best in the world, and when my body is 100%, I'm the best in the world. I had one off night, and I didn't perform properly. I performed like shit. I still, looking back, think it was a close fight. I think I
Yeah,
lost off of
you got edged.
perception.
You got edged in two close rounds. He didn't beat you up. He didn't beat you.
Yeah, I think I was beating him in his world. I heard takedown, and I knew if I took him down again, like the fight's over. But the thing, if I took him down, like I should have negated that. I should have been more mature. I should have been more of a veteran to negate that and just stay striking, keep pushing the pace going forward, throwing and landing those shots because I was landing bigger shots, more damaging shots than him on the feet. But that perception of me taking down or trying to take him down, getting stuffed, rolling to my back to have a connection,
Yeah,
uh, created a bad narrative. And
he didn't
I'm
teach
not
you.
mad. I'm not mad at the decision. Like I gave him the fight. I don't think he won the fight. So that was number 4 in the world at the time, and that's me. I'm probably my worst and him best, and but it is what it is. It's part of the game, and been there before, and hopefully I don't have to go back. But it is what it is, man. I'm at the point in my life. I'm not too stuck on it. Like, yeah, I lost. I still think I'm better than him. I still think I'm the best in the world. It's just about preparing the best that I can, rehydrating, refueling the best that I can, and trying to be the best I can on fight night. Because literally, it doesn't matter if you're the best in the world every other night of the year. If you don't show up on fight night, it doesn't matter how good you are. So that's the whole goal is to be the best of me on fight night.
You spoke a little bit about the French Commission, obviously, and the additional testing that you had to do. How much do you feel like that affected you? Did that really prevent you from maybe being 100%?
I think that was a piece of it. I don't think it was as much as it's made out to be. To be honest, I think it was a piece. I stayed out there for 3 4 hours. Couldn't really do the proper hydration. Definitely couldn't refuel. Couldn't rest. He was up in his room, fucking sleeping probably for 4 hours while I was down there dealing with them getting urine tests, 2 different bloods, all these stupid things. But I feel ultimately like hindsight's 2020. Like my body wasn't 100% going in anyway, and I just don't know how to pull from a fight. Like I think there's been like 3 or 4 fights I should have pulled from my whole career. Some I've lost and some I've won, but that was one of them. But I just don't know how. I don't know how. Once I sign, like I got to be there. If I can walk, I have to be there. I have to go make that money, And I feel if I'm the best in the world, like I think I am, I should be able to beat anyone, anywhere, at any time. And I guess I'm learning like it doesn't matter. Like sometimes, like if you think you're the best in the world, if your body isn't following you, then how are you the best in the world? These guys are all training just as hard, if not harder, um, smarter. Like all these guys are the best in the world at this point. That's why we all got a number next to our name and um, fighting on the biggest stage in the world. And fuck, I think if I won that one, I'd be fighting for a belt next. So um, yeah, it sucks. I was so close, and now I gotta go back and climb the mountain again, and I will climb the mountain again. Um, I'll give it one more go at this weight class and do my best and see what happens.
Would you go back and fight in France if the UFC wanted you to, or is once enough?
To fight him, I'll fight him anywhere. But I want to fight. I fought him in his hometown. Come fight in my hometown, and my commission won't fuck you over. But come fight in my hometown, and let's see how that goes. Like I don't think I can be beat in my hometown. I haven't fought in my home state in I don't even know 8 years, maybe 7 years, something like that. Seven, I think 6 or 7 years. So yeah, let's fight in my home state and see how that goes. But I'll fight him anyway. I'll fight him in France again just to prove a point. Like at the end of the day, like I take full responsibility for everything that happened. Like I should have been smarter. I should have prepared for things over there better with recoup and rehydration and everything. It's my fault. Like it's nobody else's fault. That's why he was the better man that night on the scorecards, and it was my fault. At the end of the day, no one's fault except for my own.
You mentioned one more run at 185 before you go potentially up to 205. Is that what you're alluding to? Ultimately, we're going to see you fight at 205.
Yeah, eventually I'm gonna go to 205. It's I hate cutting weight. Like who likes cutting weight? Like, fuck that. That shit's trash. But I feel like I was super close to the goal at middleweight. Um, I feel like I can do it again. I think this time I don't need fucking what was it? It would have been like what, eight in a row. I don't feel like I need eight in a row again. Like I think a solid three, and I'm right there if not there. So that's the goal. Go out there and finish fluffy. Uh, finish someone top five, and then maybe one more. I don't know. I don't know. I think the performances and the opponents
I,
say a lot.
I think we heard Dana and he was talking about this new AI system they're going to try to introduce for the rankings. I think a lot of people would be surprised. They'll be mad when Brendan gets bumped up to the top of the division based on the AI, like the stats and stuff. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
He's 12 and he's 11-2 at middleweight. Find someone with you got Vettori who's above him.
That's your boy.
This guy's 8-6 at middleweight, and he's got one finish against someone I've never heard of. Who has he beat at middleweight? Like, that's a question to you. Who has Vettori beat at middleweight? Can you remember?
You're gonna make that man swing at you again.
He's 1-2 in like the last 4 years. He shouldn't even be in the rankings. He's been inactive so long. They should have taken him out, and they haven't. I don't
I'm
know.
actually Tuco. I can't wait to see what happens with the AI, the rankings. Because I agree. I think
They're
it'll
gonna be
kind of.
mad when they bump Brendan up above all these guys
I'm
that,
gonna get kicked
that are
out.
trash in the division.
Nah,
If you do it as a football percentage, right? These guys are like they're not even 500. Like they almost have some guys that almost have even records in the division. It's crazy. You got Brendan's 12-2 in the UFC, or 12-3 in the UFC, 13-3 in Zuffa. And you
Right.
got guys like Cannonier, he's a great fighter, but he's like 10-7 in the UFC. It's crazy to me. And they're still ranked so high. And it's usually off of one win they had, and it's always Hermanson or Shabazian. Like even Imamov, what is he? He's like 7-3 in the UFC or something. And he got in the rankings at 1-1 in the UFC. Brendan had to like have 7, 8 wins to get a ranked guy.
and I had to
This
fight
guy's
Bookie.
1-1 and he gets Shabazian, who was in the top 10. So UFC just pick and choose who they want to push, you know?
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
if you're American, if you're white, if you're American, if you
Yeah,
don't
but
talk shit,
that's not
you don't get nothing.
that's not the UFC's fault that America has the worst fucking fan base. Like when it
Yeah,
comes to
no, but we have too many
supporting their
sports.
athletes. When every other country supports their athletes so great, they
Yeah.
stand behind them. They want them to be the best thing. All Americans want to do is tear each other down. They don't want to see anyone succeed.
Yeah, I guarantee you, all the trolls, like after his last fight, it was like there was mad French people DMing me going, "Oh, Brendan's a warrior. Respect to you guys." And then it was all Americans talking shit on him. It's crazy.
It is crazy. It really is wild. I'm glad that you mentioned Marvin Vittoria because I wanted to ask you. I feel like I wouldn't be doing my
Bro,
job if I didn't.
Brendan put it on Twitter to the public. He said, "I want to fight you, Marvin. I want to fight you." We all have the same management. I don't care to put him on blast. They said, "Oh, he's not ready. He can't fight you." So Brendan said, "All right, if he doesn't accept this, I'm forgetting about him. I'm not going to talk about it anymore." We already had our run-ins, multiple run-ins. They were scheduled to fight. He said, "Marvin, I want to fight you in 2025." Marvin said, "I'm not ready." Now Marvin's fighting 2 weeks after him. Come on. He don't want to fight Brendan.
Yeah, he's rematching Delidze. Do you
Yeah.
guys?
2 weeks after Brendan is fighting. So he could have fought him. They could have fought. Brendan said March, April I'll fight. And he said, "Oh, no, my shoulder, I'm not ready." And now he's fighting 2 weeks later. Come on.
So just based on what you're saying, you think he's definitely ducking Brendan?
100%. It's a fact. It's a fact. Brendan offered him to fight. He said, "I can't fight." Then he's fighting in the same 2 week period. So he can fight.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
So ultimately, Brendan Tuco, either one of you guys answer this for me. What do you think the chances are that a fight between Brendan Allen and Marvin Vettori ultimately materializes down the line? Do you think there's any chance, or he just won't take it?
0%. 0%. When Brendan's available and doesn't have an opponent, Marvin's injured. As soon as Brendan's booked, he's not injured. So they can never fight, can they? Because he's always injured when Brendan don't have an opponent.
I don't speak on anything with him, but I will say, like, I'm not talking about him or anyone specifically, but it's funny when I'm on a run, everyone's fucking quiet. I guess I am talking to someone. I'm talking to fucking Drickus' bitch ass. I don't like him. Like, I think he's a bitch, but uh, like everyone's quiet. But as soon as I lose, everyone's got something to say. Like, as soon as I lose, I have a bad performance, whatever. Someone's got something to say. But when I'm winning, everyone's silent as a mouse. So it's just like, yeah, what? No, at this point, I don't even care for anyone's talk. Like, I'm not gonna get into this fucking social media talk with everyone. Ask me a question, I'm gonna answer it. If I see you in person, you want a problem, then I guess we have a problem. But I don't want fucking problems with everyone when I go somewhere. That's why I just shut up now, because I go with my wife or my kids, or I just try to enjoy the time with my friends or something. I'm not trying to fucking fight everyone when I see them, so I just don't want any fucking problems. And plus, if you fuck with me when I'm with my family, I don't know what's gonna happen. Depends what I have on me. Like I'm not here to fight you when my family's there. I want you to die. Like I'm not messing with you and your family, your lady, your mom, your dad. Leave it what it is. Say what you said. Cool. That's whatever. But if you mess with me and my family's there, like especially my kids. My kids is the kicker. Like I don't know what's gonna happen. So I just don't want to even. I don't
Yeah.
want to do any of that. I don't want those problems. But if you bring those problems to me, then it is what it is. I don't know. That's why I just try to shut up. Like I don't want to get into any of this shit with anyone like anymore. Like fucking almost 30 years old. Like you want to fight me? You know I train. I'm not that hard to find. I'm pretty easy to find. So fight me, we could do it. But other than that, just leave me alone. You talk shit to me, I'll probably talk shit back. Nowadays, I don't know. I might not even. I might just let you slide. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't want to get into this fucking childish behavior with all these guys. Like everyone's always got something to say when you see them in person. I don't have nothing to say. I said what I had to say already. Online, in your face, whatever you want. I already said what I had to say. I don't have nothing to say no more. So
Yeah.
I just want to be left alone. That's it. I just want to be left alone. You want to fight me, and the fight happens, the contract comes, I sign it. I never dodged anyone. I've only asked for the best guys that I can get. So yeah, man, I just want to be left alone. I'm gonna go do what I need to do and try my best and see where the cards fall.
Understood. To kind of put a bow on the Marvin Vettori thing, did you talk to Dana or Sean or anyone like high up in the UFC just about that incident? Like, did they tell you anything afterwards?
No, nobody told me nothing. No one told me nothing. I mean, I didn't do nothing. Like I didn't start anything. I didn't do anything. Like I was just minding my business with my wife, with my friends, like just minding my business. That's all. Like I don't know. That was Tuco's fault. See, now Tuco's gonna have more problems because he's out here talking shit about the dude. The dude's gonna come to his house and
I
fuck
didn't
him up.
talk no shit. I just stated a fact, didn't it? What do you mean to do?
Man's gonna fuck you up, G.
Ain't no one coming to my house. I got a flamethrower.
Tuco, when are we going to see you fight next?
I don't know. I wanted to fight in London, but I got a few injuries. It's a bit soon. Hopefully, Miami. I live in Florida.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Nice.
That'd be a good card, getting the UFC Miami card. Couple picks I wanted to get from you before we just transition back to Anthony Hernandez and call it a day here. Obviously, Sean Strickland is rematching Drickus for the title. I know you don't like Drickus, but when you look at the fight, just analyze it for me. What do you think we're going to see here in that rematch?
You know, I don't have like a lot of like high praises for Dricus, but his best attribute is 100% that he is good at making a fight a fight. Nothing technical, nothing special. He can dig deep. He thrives in digging deep, and he's very good at it. Pause. You're right, but that's where he's his best. Is when it's who can dig deeper, reach inside, and figure out do I have this or do I not. He's good at that. He's very good at that. Um, but I don't know. I think it's what Sean's going to show up. I think Sean's got a good jab. I think his right hand's where he falters because his elbow flares so much, and I feel like Drickus sees it. I also think Drickus is going to wrestle him more, uh, but we'll see.
They said Sean, I heard Nick Sick saying Sean's made some changes that they've started to watch tape, they've started to drill. Like, he wants it this time. Like, he's not just going there with the same. Like, when he fought Izzy, he was like, I'm going to show up, I'm going to fucking fight.
That's not true. Because that's not true that they did that because Even Izzy was said he was surprised by the cornering. They knew when he threw the throw.
Yeah.
So they watch, the coaches watch tape at least. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's going to be Drick is trying to drag him into deep waters, try to wrestle him to tire him out more.
Where is it? In Australia again?
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh no. Did they fight in Australia the first time?
No, they fought the first time in Canada, I
Canada.
think.
Oh yeah. He
Yeah.
won the belt in Australia, didn't he?
Sean. Yeah, against
Sean.
Izzy.
Yeah. Speaking of Izzy, guys, how good will Amavov do against Izzy? Will he give him a tough fight? Will he beat him?
I think Imamov came to our gym. He was there for a couple of months. I saw him training. He can wrestle, man. I think he can do well, or he can wrestle Izzy. But then hopefully Izzy's trained his wrestling since he fought Drickers. I don't know. Because in that fight, it looked like if he puts the toilet seat down, he'll get taken down. So I don't know
I think it's
where
what
he's at. Like he looked like a white belt on the ground, like he never trained before in his life.
I just think it's whatever Izzy shows up. If it's
Yeah.
his name
If
or
Izzy,
Izzy,
yeah, but Izzy's gotten older. If he's on job and it's a big cave, it's a big cave, isn't it? In
Yeah.
Saudi, right?
yeah,
Yeah. I mean,
yeah, it's yeah, not Australia. What do we? Oh
yeah,
no, that's a different
yeah.
fight. Sorry,
I mean, I don't know, but it's 5 rounds, man. If it was 3 rounds, I'd think Izzy could stay away, maybe.
I still think he can.
I don't know. We'll see,
It
man.
just depends when Izzy shows up.
He
If
beat a
Izzy
lot.
shows up, I think stylistically, like it's a good fight for Izzy. I think Izzy's quicker with a more of a pop
Yeah.
than Imavov.
But I don't know because Izzy's not like Brendan was giving Imamov trouble because he was walking him down and getting in the pocket, and Imamov don't like that. He don't like pressure. He likes distance.
He thinks he
And
does.
Izzy fights at distance, so it's about who's the better striker at distance, and then if Imamov can get close enough to wrestle him.
It's going to be a good fight. I'm kind of
It is.
leaning, like you said, Brendan. If Izzy's on his game and he shows up 100%, I think his striking, he'll be able to keep the distance.
Yeah.
And
Because Izzy was beating Drickus, right? Until the finish. Like he's usually winning the fight unless he gets finished. Like,
yeah,
I just think stylistically, it favors Izzy if Izzy's on job.
yeah.
But it's just that. What
And how
Izzy's got,
motivated is Izzy? Because it's like he
yeah,
ain't fighting for the belt anymore. He's fighting a hungry contender.
I just think he's got more skills in his repertoire, and he's got more experience. Like
Yeah.
Imavov does like what is it like a 1-2, 1-2-3? Like that's pretty much all he does, and he's just trying to snap it. It's not like it doesn't have a lot of pop. He tries to get you to run into it to make it have that pop. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't think he's fought a diverse striker like Izzy that can play with him there. I'm more of a brute myself. So
it's going to be another fun fight to watch, guys. One last thing I wanted to get your take on Hamzat Chimaev doing what he did to Robert Whitaker. How surprising was that to you? How good do you think Hamzat is at 185?
I think his wrestling's really good. I think he's a really, really good wrestler. I really do.
But also, I think there's a little bit of like
What?
he's shooting off the bat, and it's like we ain't really. When you see him go the rounds, like with someone like Gilbert, and he gets tested and he gets tired, like most of his wins, he shoots off the glove touch, and it's like,
Yeah.
not that it's cheating, obviously. Defend yourself at all times, but like it's one of them where it's like, how good is he? We saw against Kamaru, against Gilbert. When he goes the rounds, he ain't the same guy in the last round. So I don't know how the people that fight him don't train that, don't train takedown defense from the bell. Because the guy, 9 out of 10 times, he's shooting off the glove touch.
I think
And the fight doesn't go much further than that. Kevin Holland, Chimaev, Leach, all these guys.
I think he's just a good wrestler. Like
He's
even
good,
when
yeah.
you see his videos,
And our
just
buddy
wrestling,
Pat Downey went to train with him in Dubai. He said he's a good wrestler.
yeah, I think he's a good wrestler. I just don't think guys mix it up a lot with him, and I also think he gets crazy positions. Like that whole Whitaker finish was just like a little bit of luck mixed in, you know, like just the perfect spot to break his teeth or whatever. Like, but yeah, his wrestling's good. I think his wrestling's good. I think his jiu-jitsu is pretty good. I think his wrestling's really good. But yeah, I don't think he's fought like a good fight, like a good middleweight. Like he just got. I think obviously the fight happened with Robert. You know, it happened how it happened, man. I don't know. You can't take nothing away from the guy. Congrats to him. He's doing his thing. He's making that money. Can't be mad at him.
Yeah. Well, he definitely looks like someone that might be in line for a title shot, especially after what he did to Rob in his last fight. Um, are you guys on the way to the gym right now? Do you have training right around the corner?
No, we just left the gym. No, he's at the bank doing something. So yeah, we're
Okay.
just chilling. Just had lunch. I trained, had lunch, do this, rest for a little bit, and then have another session later tonight.
All right, man. And again, UFC Seattle, February the 22nd. It'll be here before you know it. Just to circle back to Anthony Hernandez, when you look at, where he's at and where you're at in your career, do you feel like this kind of culminated to this point here?
Yeah, I mean everything happens for a reason, I guess. Everything's time wise, how happens how it's supposed to. Um, yeah, I'm not really. I don't know. I don't really look into it too much. I'm just gonna go out there. I'm going out there to finish him. That's it. I'm going out there to win. I feel I'm gonna win. I don't feel he can out tire me. I don't feel like he can muscle me. I don't feel like he can do these things he does with all these other guys. You know, I just really don't feel he can. I remember things from the first fight when I was what 21, 20, something like that. I don't even know. 21, 22 maybe. I don't even know. Somewhere around there. 21, 22. I'm not 21 or 22 no more. Like I've learned a lot. I've done a lot. I've matured a lot. Um, yeah, I'm not that guy anymore. So I think he's in for a different fight, a way different fight. And I know he's going to be ready to give the damage, but can he take it? Can he take it like I'm going to give it? Um, but at the end of the day, it's just a job. I'm competitive. I got to get this one back. But fuck, man, I think Anthony's such a good guy, and it sucks to have these feelings and um, these different motivations and these different, just I guess, emotions towards him because I really like him as a person. I think he's a good person. I think he's a good family guy, and he's funny as shit with the stuff he posts. And um, it's just business, and I'm super competitive, and I got to go there to do my job just to go back up the ladder where I'm supposed to. It's just business. That's all it is to me.
Well, can't wait to see you back in there, Brendan. Again, February 22nd. Can't get here soon enough. Always a pleasure, man. Thank you for giving me time as you always do. Please thank Tuco as well, man. I appreciated him kind of
My
chiming
guy.
in. Yeah, we'll have to do an interview sometime, Tuco, if you have the time
Oh
before
man,
your
let me
next
know.
fight.
Shoot me a message.
Okay, we'll do. Great talking to you both today, Brendan. We'll look forward to seeing you at UFC Seattle.
All right, brother. I appreciate it. Thanks for the time, man.